Imagine this: the iconic Bellagio fountains, silent and dry, the lush golf courses of Sin City turning to dust, neon lights flickering out as the desert reclaims its throne. This isn't a Hollywood apocalypse movie, it's the very real threat facing Las Vegas right now. The city that never sleeps is on the brink of waking up to a nightmare, running out of water. But why? How can a city built on excess, in the middle of the Mojave Desert, be teetering on the edge of a water crisis? And more importantly, what does the future hold for the 2.3 million people who call Las Vegas home? Today, we're diving deep into why Las Vegas is running out of water, backed by the latest 2025 data, shocking percentages, and the hard truths no one wants to face. Buckle up. This is a story of survival in the driest place on Earth. Let's start at the beginning. Las Vegas wasn't always the entertainment capital of the world. Founded as a railroad stop in the early 1900s, it exploded thanks to the Hoover Dam, which tamed the mighty Colorado River and created Lake Mead, the largest reservoir in the United States. That dam didn't just power the Strip's lights, it provided the water that turned a dusty outpost into a booming metropolis. Today, Las Vegas gets a whopping 90% of its water from the Colorado River, funneled through Lake Mead. That's right, 9 out of every 10 drops quenching the city's thirst come from this one source. But here's the kicker: that source is drying up faster than a bad bet at the blackjack table. As of December 27, 2025, Lake Mead's water level sits at a precarious 1,062.06 feet above mean sea level. That's 166.94 feet below its full capacity of 1,229 feet. To put that in perspective, the lake is currently at just 32% of its total storage capacity, according to the latest U.S. Bureau of Reclamation reports. And projections are even grimmer. By the end of summer 2027, levels could plunge to around 1,038 feet, flirting dangerously close to dead pool status, where water can't even flow through the dam's outlets. That's not hyperbole. The Colorado River Basin is literally 50 feet away from collapse, as warned at the 2025 Colorado River Users Summit in Las Vegas. Why is this happening? The Colorado River isn't just Las Vegas's lifeline. It's shared among 40 million people across the Southwest and Mexico. But the river's flow has been overestimated for over a century. The 1922 Colorado River Compact allocated 16.5 million acre-feet annually based on wet years in the early 1900s. Fast forward to today, and climate change has slashed the average flow to about 12 million acre-feet, a 27% drop. That's like promising a feast, but serving scraps. Agriculture guzzles 70% to 80% of the river's water basin-wide, irrigating crops like alfalfa and cotton in arid lands. Urban areas like Las Vegas take far less, about 10%, but when the pie shrinks, everyone feels the pinch. Enter the megadrought, the worst in 1,200 years, fueled by human-induced climate change. Since 2000, the region has endured persistent dry conditions, with 2025 bringing mixed news. While Nevada saw some drought improvement, 22% of the state is now free of dry conditions after a wet October. Overall, reservoirs remain critically low. Temperatures in the basin have risen 2 to 3 degrees Fahrenheit since the 1970s, increasing evaporation by up to 10% and reducing snowpack in the Rockies, which feeds the river. The upper Colorado Basin snowpack was at 88% of median in March 2025, better than some years, but still insufficient to refill reservoirs like Lake Powell and Mead, which together are more than 2/3 empty. But it's not just nature's fault. Humans are accelerating the crisis. Las Vegas's population has ballooned from under 500,000 in 1990 to over 2.3 million today, with tourists adding another 40 million visitors annually. Each person uses water for drinking, showers, pools, and those infamous fountains. Yet, here's a silver lining. Southern Nevada has slashed per capita water use by a staggering 55% since the early 2000s. Back in 1990, residents guzzled 350 gallons per person per day. Today, it's under 220 GPCD. In 2024 alone, the community used 38 billion gallons less than in 2002, despite adding 829,000 residents. That's a 36% reduction in overall Colorado River consumption over 2 decades. How? Aggressive conservation. The Southern Nevada Water Authority, SNWA, leads one of the nation's most progressive programs. Think water patrols cruising neighborhoods, fining wasteful sprinklers, up to $80 for first offenses. Bans on non-functional turf have removed over 200 million square feet of grass since 2003, saving billions of gallons. Recycled water treats 99% of indoor use, returning it to Lake Mead for credits. And get this, golf courses, once water hogs, now use recycled water and have cut usage by 30%. The SNWA's new goal? Another 10% cut in water use over the next decade. But conservation has limits. Las Vegas taps 10% of its water from local aquifers, yet a 2025 study reveals almost 40% of Nevada's groundwater wells are declining, with 32% of groundwater-dependent rivers at high risk. Overpumping exacerbates this, creating a double whammy. And while Vegas is efficient, upstream states and agriculture aren't always on board. Negotiations for post-2026 river guidelines stalled in December 2025, with lower basin states like Nevada pushing for equitable cuts, but upper basin holdouts resisting. Currently, a Tier 1 shortage, triggered when Mead drops below 1,075 feet, cuts Nevada's allocation by 7%, about 21,000 acre-feet annually. That's 6.8 billion gallons less. But Nevada isn't even using its full share, banking excess for droughts. If levels hit Tier 2, below 1,050 feet, or Tier 3, below 1,025 feet, cuts deepen to 8% or more. Projections show Mead staying between 1,050 and 1,075 feet into 2026, but without major changes, dead pull by 2030 isn't impossible. So is Las Vegas doomed? Not yet. The city recycles nearly all indoor water, returning it to Mead. Proposals include piping water from distant aquifers or even the Mississippi, but those are pipe dreams costing billions. More realistically, enhanced conservation, federal funding for infrastructure, and basin-wide agreements could buy time. Recent rains in California boosted Mead by 3 feet above projections in December 2025, proving weather can help, but it's unreliable. The big question remains, can Sin City reinvent itself again? From mobster haven to family destination, Vegas adapts. Now, it must become a model of desert sustainability. Imagine resorts with zero waste water systems, AI-optimized irrigation, and tourists sipping recycled H2O without knowing it. Las Vegas isn't running out of water tomorrow, but the warning signs are flashing brighter than the Vegas lights. With 90% reliance on a shrinking river, 55% per capita reductions already achieved, and levels at 32% capacity, the clock is ticking. It's a wake-up call for us all in a warming world. Water isn't infinite. What will you do to conserve? Share your thoughts below and subscribe for more on the battles shaping our future. This is why Las Vegas is running out of water and why it might just beat the odds.